Hey everyone, it's Krista Hollander, certified holistic health coach, and I just wanted to come on here and talk to you about alcohol because it's the holiday season and you may be exposed to or drinking more than normal and feeling its effects in your body. And I recently went away, out to dinner with a friend, and I said, "Are you going to have some wine? What are you going to do?" And she's like, "Chris, I just can't drink it anymore." And I'm like, "I can't either." She says, "I can't sleep at night. I feel terrible the next day. It's just not worth it." So I totally feel the same way. As we age, we just cannot process alcohol as well as we could in our 20s and 30s. And so I just wanted to share with you what alcohol is doing in your body so you can make that connection when you do have that drink and you cannot sleep that night. There's a connection there, or you have that drink and now you're craving brownies and chips and sugary sweet treats. There's a connection there as well. So I'm just going to go through my list, but it's not all gloom and doom. I'm going to also share with you my best tips that if you are going to have an alcoholic drink at a party or wherever, some things that you can do to support your body because it does have a negative effect on your body. All right, we ready? So the first thing is alcohol affects your blood sugar. And if you've taken any of my hormone programs, you know that blood sugar is one of the foundation of hormonal health. So as soon as you drink that alcohol, it thinks it's a candy bar or it thinks it's a donut. And your body's like, wait, we got too much sugar in our blood. So pancreas send out the insulin. Insulin is a hormone and it's your fat storage hormone. So if you're trying to lose weight, you really cannot have alcohol. Alcohol is like a dessert. So when you go to a party, choose either having a glass of wine or choose the dessert, but don't choose both because it's double whammy. So blood sugar is crucial. So it's going to affect your insulin, which is a hormone. It's also going to affect cortisol. And blood sugar is the first domino in the cascade of all your hormones. So your thyroid, your estrogen, progesterone, your cortisol, your adrenals, all of them are interconnected. And so blood sugar, drinking that glass of wine or cocktail is going to affect your hormones. And we can go in depth with that later. But just know that it's also going to affect your cravings. So your blood sugar is going to drop and your body's like, insulin's coming in, it's going to take out that sugar out of your blood. And then it's going to be like, oh no, your blood sugar is too low. So what do? It starts to send out cravings. Hey, you need that donut. You need those chips, those simple carbs to bring your blood sugar back up. So it's a physiological thing that's happening in your body when you drink alcohol. So just be aware that when you drink alcohol, you will have some more cravings. So here's my tip. If you're going to drink, have food with it. Have something with fiber, with fat, with protein, things like guacamole. Try to get cucumbers to dip it in, or even a couple chips. I'm okay with that. Or have some handful of nuts. Have that with your alcohol, and that will help stabilize your blood sugar so it's not going to dip as much and affect all your hormones. All right, so it affects your cravings, so blood sugar. The second thing is alcohol uses up antioxidants. This may be a new one for you, but your liver, which processes alcohol, your liver has like 500 functions in the body. It has a big, big job. And when you drink that alcohol, your liver's like, all right, I don't really have time to deal with you. But in order to deal with you, I need to use up antioxidants so I can process this alcohol out of my body. So if you are drinking alcohol every night, you need more antioxidants. And where do we get that from? We get that from fruits, vegetables. So think about the day of the party, have a big old salad. The next day, go to your local juice joint or make your own, make a green juice, make a green smoothie, replace those antioxidants. So you need even more fruits and vegetables if you're drinking alcohol. So my go-to is Juice Plus. It's a whole food in a capsule. I have that every day and actually double up the day before, the day after to help replenish those antioxidants that is depleting by processing the alcohol and everything else that you have to process in your body. All right, so here's a big one. Alcohol raises your estrogen levels. So and that can cause estrogen dominance. Most of us, if you're 35 to 50, you are in estrogen dominance, and that can cause things like hot flashes, PMS, moodiness, anxiety. The list goes on, bloating, Google estrogen dominant symptoms, and drinking alcohol makes that worse. So if during this holiday season you start to get your period and now you're cramping even worse, or your breasts are more tender, it's probably alcohol is the culprit. So you notice those symptoms. So make that connection between what you're drinking, what you're eating, and how it's affecting your hormones in your body in general. So here is an interesting statistic that I knew this, but I didn't know how big of a number it was. So if you are consuming 1 to 2 drinks of alcohol a couple times a week, it raises your risk of breast cancer by 250%. That's crazy. So if you have breast cancer in your family history, definitely recommend limiting alcohol. Now, in order to process your estrogen that you're getting, your excess estrogen, the best thing you can do is eat cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, kale, cabbage, all of those things, Brussels sprouts. I try to have 1 or 2 servings every single day. If you are between 35 and up, you need to be eating these things 2 servings a day the size of your fist. And that's going to help you process that estrogen down the safe pathway. There's a great test. It's called the Dutch test. That's the dried urine test for comprehensive hormones. And that will actually show how you are metabolizing or processing estrogen in your body. Which pathway is it going down? Is it going the safe pathway, the cancerous pathway, or the proliferous pathway? So eat your cruciferous vegetables if you're going to have a drink to just metabolize that estrogen safely. All right, so ever notice when you have a drink, I know for me, if I have a glass of wine, I know clockwork, I'm going to be waking up between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. It's so funny. I was like, I wake up and I'm like, all right, let me look at the time. And sure enough, it's between that time. And the reason is because according to Chinese medicine, that is when the liver is detoxifying. It's working, it's rejuvenating between the hours of 1 and 3 a.m. So take note of that. If you wake up after alcohol in the middle of the night and you normally don't, or you're waking up a little bit more, 2 things are happening. Your liver is overloaded, so it's waking you up. And then also your blood sugar is crazy from the alcohol, and so that's waking you up at night as well. So sleep and cravings. All right. So there's lots of things that we can do. So alcohol is very dehydrating too. So that's kind of what I notice too when I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm really, really thirsty. I don't really keep water next to me on the nightstand. So I have to get up, drink my water, and that disrupts my sleep. I have a hard time going back to sleep. So hydrate between every alcoholic drink you have. If you drink 1 glass of wine, you pick up your water and you drink a whole thing of water. 8 ounces between each drink. Hopefully you won't have too many. What I like to do is I like to have a drink earlier in the day, and then I hydrate the rest of the night, and that really works for me as far as affecting my sleep, my blood sugar, and my hydration. So up your antioxidants, give your liver some love. So some things you can do the next day to support your body is to hydrate really, really well because you're dehydrated. I like to drink some dandelion tea. You can get that at any store. Just brew some up, drink it hot or cold. You can have an apple cider vinegar and water elixir. So for 8 ounces of water, put 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in there. That's going to be really, really supportive for your liver, and will help you detoxify out the alcohol in your body, and you'll feel better quicker. Also, you can do lemon water, is a little bit more gentle as well. If you're really brave, you can do 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, water, and a half a teaspoon of turmeric. Turmeric is very supportive for your liver as well. So those are some of the things that I like to do the next day just to support my body, because the alcohol really is taking away from your health. I like to think of my body as like a bank account, and every time that I, deposit in with greens, with hydration, with exercise, with stress relief, every time I have that alcohol drink, I'm taking withdrawal. So what do you need to do to put back into your body, especially if you're 50 like me, you need to do even more because your body is not as efficient as clearing out alcohol as it did when it was younger. And by the way, women, you are not as efficient as alcohol affects you greater than your male counterpart. So don't try to keep up with your husband, your boyfriend, drinking wise, because it's going to affect you a lot more. And also try to drink organic wine. I'm not a wine connoisseur. If you have a favorite wine that you love that is low sulfates or no sulfates and organic, please post it in the comments because I am looking for a good wine that I can just go to the grocery store and buy. And so those are some of my best tips. And by the way, a serving of wine is 3 ounces. So that's not much. So when you fill up that wine glass, 6 ounces, that's like 2 servings. So think about that as well. Limit your servings. And I hope this is helpful for you. I want you to make that connection between what you're putting into your body and how it's affecting you. So you can make better choices. You can support yourself if you choose to drink. And so you can go into the new year feeling amazing and not feeling like a truck ran over you. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys.